graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
All right, sorry about the delay, chat. So we are doing the St. John's Duke game. The Giants game went a little bit later than I expected. But anyhow, so it's a 19-15 start. There's going to be a timeout taken by St. John's. But while we're in this timeout, all right, they were on a 12-2 run over their last couple of minutes of play. And they are taking on the Duke Blue Devils, who are 34-2 on the season in their first 36 games of play. Another Sweet 16 appearance for Duke. And they are hoping to try to move on and go to the Elite Eight. That is what they are trying to do. So far in this game, as you can see on the screen, Cameron Boozer so far, 2 points for the Blue Devils in 8 minutes of play. Only 1 assist and 1 turnover from him so far. He's been a little bit cold. He's been starting off the game a little bit cold. A guy that averaged 22.5 points per game, 9th in all of college basketball in scoring, and 13th in rebounding as well. But he has really been neutralized, and a lot of that just comes from the play of guys like Bryce Hopkins and also Dylan Mitchell as well. So St. John's has Mitchell as their starter. Zuby Ejiofor is going to be there too. And then they got Bryce Hopkins, Dylan Darling, and Oziah Sellers out there as their 5. And the Blue Devils, they have Malik Brown. They got Cam Boozer, Dame Sarr, and then Isaiah Evans and Caden Boozer all in their lineup today. So who you guys rooting for? Let us know down below. It's been a pretty good game so far from what I've been able to see off the screen. But yes, again, apologize about that. The Giants game finished later than we thought. But yes, so it's a 19-15 game. St. John's is up by 4 with 11:51 to go in the first half of play. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here. Yes, sir. What's going on? What's up, Lou? How you doing, man? How are you doing? So we decided to go on for the Giants at the last minute because I wanted to see the 3D again. I had some time to kill, but yes. I'm not really rooting for either team. I just want a good game, says Lou. So you're not a Duke fan. Are you a Villanova fan, man? Are you a Nova fan, or are you a St. Joe's? Like, who do you root for college basketball? Who's your college team that you root for? What's up, Ray? This is I like the 3D. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. It's pretty nice. 19-15, St. John's leads it by 4. I gotta give you a shout out, man, because you support like all the content creators. You're like, I see you commenting on halftime streams. I see you commenting on Dreamers Pros channel. I see you out there, man. I do. What's up, Ray? How you doing? I think this is gonna be a good game. I really do. Dylan Mitchell, so far so good from him. Dylan Darling, I feel like he's going to go off and he's going to have a very good second half for some reason. That's just what my gut is telling me. And then for the Blue Devils, Cam Boozer, I don't know. I'm going to go St. John's in this game. I really do. I feel like that St. John's has what it takes to win it all. I don't trust Duke. Here's a drive over to the basket, and we have a foul that'll be called. They'll actually say that a turnover was going to be called on Kamenia. Lou says, yeah, I try. Dreamers Pro is a solid basketball channel. Yeah, Charles is great. I definitely have learned a lot from Charles, just from the way that he does his titles, the way that he organizes his content. He does a good job. And his other channel is interesting as well. I root for all the Big Five, but I went to Temple. Got you. 19-15 St. John's, they lead it by 4. And they are leading with 11:47 to go in the first half of play. And the foul shot, not good. Bryce Hopkins did get a steal. We missed that, and I apologize. But the foul was called on Caleb Foster. So Foster does get called for the foul. So Lou is here. Ray is here. Folks, we are 82 subscribers away from 8,900 subscribers. Second foul shot is up, and it's in.
Excellent.
It's a 20-15 lead for St. John's. Foster, Evans, Boozer, Kamenia, and Gangba are out there on the court for Duke. Now they got to play defense as the missed layup was up and out. And here is a catch-and-shoot three that is also out for St. John's. And Duke, who's going from left to right, is going to get the rebound. And they will get it into the hands of Kamenia. Kamenia back over towards the outside. And he will give it back over to Foster at the top of the key. Foster with a handoff, and that goes over to Evans. Evans for 3 at the logo. No, too strong. And it'll be corralled by Hopkins over on the left side for St. John's. 5-point lead for the Red Storm. Hopkins over on the outside. He's going to hand it off, and he'll get it back. Another dribble handoff again. And this time, the dribble handoff is going to be over to Sannon for a 3, and he can't get that one to fall. And we are going to have another ball that goes on out of bounds. It'll still be St. John's ball. Looked like that Hopkins got the rebound. He caught it, and then he was falling down. And Ngangba, the second, sort of took him down with him. There was no foul, but he had to react really quickly and just bounce it off of his opponent, of course. 20-15, St. John's leads it by 5. The inbound pass and a catch-and-shoot 3. That was way off the mark. Offensive rebound, and St. John's on the second try can't get that one to fall either. So 2 misfired 3s in a row by St. John's, and Duke is looking to capitalize on this possession here. Brown at the top of the key, dumps it off, and gives it over to Boozer, or that's Evans, and the ball gets stolen away, back by St. John's. They get a steal, and going downhill, trying to put up a 2. It's denied, and taken back. That was by Brown, and a whistle's going to be called. So we look at the replay. We see that Zubi Ejiofor went up with a shot, and then he just got it denied. Excellent job by Malik Brown to just time that block. And the clock stops with 10:11 to go in the first quarter. The first half, that is. So Duke will inbound it again as they go from left to right in their white and blue colors. There's the Sweet 16 March Madness Elite 8 logo at the center of the court. We have a drive by Duke, and we have a foul called as well. Bryce Hopkins is subbing on in for St. John's, and so is Oziah Sellers as well. The foul, by the way, was called on Bryce Hopkins. Clock stops at 10:01. First half, and the inbound pass is going to go over towards the left side. It goes over to Evans. Evans will back down his defender. Evans goes up for a 2, and the runner is good to make it 20-17. The lead is 3 for St. John's. 9:45 left to go in this first half, and here's another catch-and-shoot 3, and that one is good. Nice shots, and Duke able to get themselves back in this. Or St. John's, that is, able to knock down a 3 and make it 23-17. That was Bryce Hopkins. Swinging it downhill over to Boozer, and Boozer puts it up, can't put it on in. And on the offensive rebound, it's Brown who's able to lay it up and in. Malik Brown able to provide the assist. And not the physical assist, but he was just there to the rescue. Duke's going to get the ball back off the misfire 2. Brown again looking to attack. Parts the Red Sea and throws it down. 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this first half of play. And it's 23-21. Nice shot there. And here we go. Darling will miss the layup. And we have a foul that'll be called. Was that Evans that actually got the dunk? I believe it was. Oof. He was looking to fly right there. Isaiah Evans. Just being absolutely explosive. 2-point lead for the Red Storm, taking on the Blue Devils here in the Sweet 16. At the top of the key, and getting the ball nearly stolen away, was Sellers. And we're going to have a whistle called, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Ian Jackson will sub on in for St. John's, and Dylan Darling is going to take a seat. 3 turnovers by St. John's and just 4 from the Blue Devils. 8:27 left to go in this first half of play. On the inbound pass, it goes on over to Boozer. And Boozer goes down the lanes, has a sea of green, and somehow misses the bunny. But the rebound is taken back, and it's taken back by Brown. And coming flying in the air again to throw it down is Isaiah Evans once more. Wow. After Bryce Hopkins got the defensive rebound, he was looking to pass it, and it was just taken back by Malik Brown. And the dunk was up and in to tie it up at 23 apiece. St. John's with a 3, and they're going to be able to capitalize and make it a 26-23 game. They lead it by 3, and they're able to get themselves the lead back. 26-23 with 7.5 minutes left to go in this first half of play. And we will have another whistle called. And a timeout too. Dylan Mitchell just gave St. John's the lead on a tray from the left wing. And they'll be back. And so will we. Don't go anywhere. know why. This might just be me, but does the break music make you think about the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Because for some reason it does. It's weird. Welcome back on into March Madness coverage here on Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live. So far, so good between the both of these teams. It's been back and forth. It's been the type of basketball that I think a lot of basketball fans have expected from two hungry teams looking to advance to the Elite Eight and get back into an opportunity to just try to go further into the March Madness tournament. So, but yeah, so far it's been pretty cool. Dylan Mitchell in this game does have 9 points for St. John. Zubi Ejiofor is 0 for 3 today. And again, if I'm mispronouncing these names, chat, I know that it's my job to know these things, but I'm not perfect and I don't know every single thing. So please correct me if I'm wrong. This is just, again, for me to just get more and more reps. But please don't, hesitate to call me out. All right? 26-23 is the score. Malik Brown for Duke has 4 points. Caden Boozer is 5. And Cameron has 2. Dame Sarr in this game, 2 points in 9 minutes of play. My apologies about the yawn. Duke's bench, though, has been doing a lot of the damage. They really have. They've been doing a lot of the damage this year, not in this game, of course. 26-23, Duke has the ball, and the layup inside is no good by Nicholas Kamenia, but he's going to get fouled. And the foul is going to be called on Hopkins, by the way. Bryce Hopkins, 6 points in 12 minutes of play. The 6'7" senior, averaging 13.7 points per game, and just less than 2 assists per game as well. Started off in Kentucky and then transferred over to Providence. And then this year is with St. John's. Hopkins is not in foul trouble, but he does have 2 personal fouls on him. Here's Kamenia with 6 points in the second round against TCU, able to knock down both foul shots and make it a 1-point game.
Excellent.
26-25 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first. Mitchell, Sellers, Jackson, Prey, and Ejiofor are all out there. Here's a three-pointer, no, and the rebound is taken away by Duke. Excellent steal out in transition by Jackson, that was. Boozer, both Boozers are out there. This is Cam going downhill, and he's going to get called for a travel. Oh, boy. After he got the defensive rebound, he was able to just take it downhill, and he got stopped in his tracks, picked up his pivot foot. Yep, he traveled there. 1,000%. It's looking like I'm innocent. No, you're not. You picked up your pivot foot. You can't do that. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this first half of play. And the ball is going to go over to Ejiofor again. He'll hand it off and give it back over to Sellers. Sellers with a step-back fadeaway elbow J. Not that time. Duke with the rebound. They could take the lead with a 2 here. And it'll be Caden Boozer who's going to go over to the rack, and he's going to be able to make the shots. So Boozer able to score. That's Caden Boozer. And give Duke a 1-point lead, 27-26, with 6 minutes to go in this first half of play. A lot of good basketball. The ball was nearly turned on over, though. Brown now has it. Or Mitchell has it, I should say. And Mitchell's floater is out. And it will go on out of bounds. Looks like it says... Yeah, I know. I saw that, too. The scheduling has been terrible, impossible to watch all the games. Just spew. Yeah, I hear you. That's why March Madness. That's why sport. This is the busiest time of the year for sports, man. You can't watch it all. You can't watch like all these MLB games plus March Madness for the men's and for the women's and hockey and NBA. That's a lot of content. It is. But it definitely gives the broadcasters and the content creators jobs, that's for sure. Here's a block on the other side. Duke is going to try to go downhill, and it'll be for a 3 on the other side by Duke, and that's up, and that one is good. That was Evans who's able to knock down the tray. And just like that, it's a 27-26 lead for the Blue Devils. Evans with 11 points. He's 1 for 3 shooting wide from the field. And it looks like that Keaton is going to foul a St. John's player. And it was just on the floor. Look at Evans. We saw his dunk a little bit earlier. This time, we know that he can shoot the 3 ball, but when he gets that much daylight, good luck. Brown today, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He has been all over the world today, Malik Brown. That's why he's been having a very good defensive season. Over on the near side for St. John's, they're going to just draw the basketball into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell, downhill, gives it over to Ejiofor, and Ejiofor is going to go to work, and he's going to be able to posterize his defender, and he is going to make a layup. It's 30-28. Try to back him down over on the block. He didn't posterize him. Excuse me. But it is a 2-point lead for Duke on the outside, and taking it over towards the near side now is going to be Cam Boozer, and Boozer puts up a shot, count it, and a foul. That is what Cam Boozer is so good at. When you give him the ball downhill over on the block, the footwork that he has, if he utilizes it correctly, he's almost unstoppable. 4 points for Cam in this game. They frustrated him, though, because Duke has not been able to give the ball to him, so St. John's has been very active down low in the paint. And the foul shot is up, and it's in. There's Daddy's Brown.
Excellent.
33-28 is the score with 4.5 minutes left to go. Mitchell with 9 points and 2 fouls so far. And guess who has the ball here? It's Ejiofor. Looking to pass it towards the outside. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 by Sanan. No, not that time. Rebounded by Nangba. Nangba downhill. Gives it over to Boozer. Did he make it again? He's going to go to the line, and he will shoot 2 free throws. He didn't make the shot that time. It was a layup, but he will earn his stripes once more. The thing is, the key to what Duke wants to try to do, if they want to give Boozer the ball downhill, they're going to have to get very quick rebounds and be able to just get him out in transition, because that way you just don't know how you're going to stop him. If you're a defender, you can only do so much. That's why they say that great defense leads to easy offense. 34-28. So Cam Boozer is at the line. Takes 2 dribbles. Spins the basketball. Takes 1 more dribble. And puts up the foul shot. And it's a swisher.
Excellent.
Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We are 82 subscribers away from 8,900, which means that we are also 1,082 subscribers away from getting to, or 1,182 subscribers away from getting to 10,000 subscribers. Couldn't do math there. Here's a shot, and we have a foul called on Isaiah Evans before the shot even went off, and the clock will stop at 4:05. Boozer. That's Cam Boozer, Gangba, Evans, Sarr, and Foster all out there for the Blue Devils. Here we go. St. John's looking to try to get a shot up. And instead, they're going to throw the ball away, and Duke is going to get a steal. Boozer over on the outside, looking to try to posterize his defender. Double team comes. They'll swing it around. It goes into the hands of Evans. Evans, tough layup inside. Won't go. Saved, though, over from going on out of bounds. And that was by Foster. Makes a good play there. Down the lane again. Shots up. No good by Foster. And fighting for the rebound on the floor. Are they going to call a foul? Yes, they will. They will call a foul on Ngangba. And we will have another stoppage of play. Ngangba tried to get the rebound, but it was poked loose, and then he sort of just collided with Prey over on the hardwood. So we have a timeout taken at the 3:26 marker. Sorry, I haven't been able to watch your streams because I have a sore throat. That's all good. You don't have to explain. You don't have to make every single stream. I appreciate you, though, for being here. Sorry I'm late. I was catching a ride with Tiger Woods, says John. You're catching a ride? How'd he do today? Isn't he golfing in this tournament? What's up, John? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I need a stretch. 35-28. Duke is up by 7. So Cam Boozer with 7 points. Evans with 11. And he's been very good so far. Time is 7:51. Oof. Still got 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in this first half. And then we have a full second half. Other games going on tonight. Alabama's playing against Michigan. That game just got started not too long ago. And then Michigan State is playing against UConn. That game will be at 9:45. And then Tennessee, the Volunteers, are going to be playing against ISU. So they're going to be able to take them on tonight. They play against Iowa State. All right, so we're going to have to X out of this guy. There we go. But yeah, the scheduling, as far as the scheduling goes, with how things go, I mean, this is always how it goes with March Madness. You know, they try to jam pack everything, or, you know, they try to jam everything. And it's like, you know, do you turn on hockey? Do you turn on college hoops? Do you turn on, you know, like, it's all the competition. They all want your attention, and that's why March is a very busy time. And that's also why the World Baseball Classic did everything correctly. They really did. I like the World Baseball Classic when it is, because it does not compete with March Madness. It's its own March Madness, if you will. And I think that they did it right. We do WBC, then we get on into March Madness. It's a great transition. It really is. Nathaniel, thanks so much for the sub. Appreciate you, man. 35-28 is the score, as Duke is up by 7. And I apologize, chat. Let me get you the right scoreboard up here. No one said anything. I thought it was up. All right, Duke is 14 for 24 shooting-wise from the field. And from 3, St. John's is 5 for 13. Duke is 2 for 5. Each team does have 5 turnovers so far. Here's a Ejiofor, Darling, Sellers, Prey, and Sandin for St. John's. And Prey is going to take it over to the top of the key. Back over to Sandin. One more for a 3. It's up, and that one is in. And that'll make it 35-31. Darling with 6 points. And he knocked down his second tray of the game. And that'll make it a 4-point deficit. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. Duke is going to dribble this one and pass it around the timeline. Goes into the hands of Sellers again. Sellers Back towards the near side. Over to Sannon. Another dribble handoff and running down the lane. Going up with a very tough 2 over 2 defenders. That was Prey. And Prey was just not able to get that one to go. And we had a foul that was going to be called. Did I say Prey was there? I meant to say that was Sar. I apologize, chat. So Sar could have made the 2, and then Brown got fouled. Malik Brown going to the line for some more free throws. He rolled it over at the back 9 and got a DUI. Oh, man. No, he hasn't heard the Tiger Woods news. I thought that Tiger was playing, though. I knew that he got the DUI. I knew that the DUI was a thing. 37-31 is the score, and Duke leads it by 6 with 2:20 left to go in the first half of play. Here on the outside for St. John's is going to be Darling. Darling is going to take it over to the top of the key. He's double-teamed, has to give it back, and Ejiofor for 3, left wide open, and he knocks it down for St. John's. It's a 3-point deficit now for the Red Storm, and now it's less than 2 minutes to go. Duke is going to use Boozer to attack downhill. He goes up with a shot, and they're going to call blocking foul. Boozer was going to try to get the shot up, but Ejiofor was just back enough to be able to swat the ball before he even attempted to shoot. He also got hit in the head there, but I don't think that they're going to review that for a flagrant foul. No. Wasn't excessive contact. No. 37-34. Boozer's at the line, and the basketball will hit the front of the rim, and it'll go down the drain. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, folks, and hit that subscribe button as well. Cam is 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. He has 8 points, and he is 2 for 5 from the field. And Boozer, with his second foul shot, it's not going to count because there was some physicality going on downhill, and that was between Ejiofor and Brown. Ejiofor sort of stepped in the lane first. And then Boozer got distracted from that. So he'll attempt one more free throw anyways because of the violation. And the second foul shot, nothing but nets.
Excellent.
39-34, Blue Devils up by 5. They will make a substitution. Malik Brown is going to sub on out for Duke. And Dame Sarr will enter in his place. Darling, Sellers, Ejiofor, Prey, and Leotopoulos are out there for St. John's. At the top of the key, now going down the lane is Ejiofor. He'll pass it, and a 3 by Darling won't go. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Red Storm, and it'll be Blue Devils basketball with less than 90 seconds to go here in half number 1. It's a 5-point lead for Duke. How about this? 5 offensive rebounds for the Blue Devils, and just 3 for St. John's. Evans will get the ball, and he'll hand it off over to Caden Boozer. Caden's going to get the pass over to his brother Cam, who's at the top of the key. Gets the switch that he wants. He has a smaller guy on him, and now they're going to get the bigger guy and try to switch him up. Cam looking to pass it over towards the far wing. A 3 is up, and that's off the mark. The ball's tipped, and it'll be taken away by St. John's. Over on the far side is Darling. Darling hands it off to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with a catch-and-shoot 3 actually passed it, and then a catch-and-shoot 3 was up, and it was good by Prey. He knocked it down, and it's now all of a sudden a 2-point ball game. And a timeout will be taken. Ejiofor was at the top of the key. He knew exactly where Prey was on that far left corner, and nothing but nets on that tray from him. And a timeout taken with 50 seconds left to go in this first half. Oh, man. I didn't get to watch it, Mike. I didn't get to watch the trailer. I did not get to watch the trailer yet. Last night after I got off, had to do some things around the house, and then I went to bed. Didn't even have a chance to make the thumbnails for today. But it is what it is. We got it all done. I even said that I was going to do a post-game show from yesterday for the Phillies. Didn't even have time for that. So, we've just been busy. We've been grinding. It's that season. Addicted to the grind. 39-37. The Blue Devils lead it by 2. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you guys want to go follow us on the social medias, on the socials, I could just say that, make sure that you guys follow the link tree. If you also want to text on in anytime and leave me a text message, send me things through the virtually, you can do that by sending me a voicemail. There it is. And sorry, I forgot to type in socials. So here is the link to the socials. That one should come on up. Maybe not. The other thing, though, is if you want to reach out to me, you can do, you can email me at jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. I need to memorize all of these things. There we go. So that's email. And then if you want to send me anything to the P.O. box, you can do that right here. And finally, if you want to become a member, I'm just spamming everything out there for you. There's the P.O. box right there. Okay, if you guys want to send me stuff, you can. Here's the membership link. If you want to become a member for $2.99 a month, you get access to these awesome emotes. We're going to be using some more during college basketball, during March Madness playoffs. Just didn't have a chance to do it tonight. Boozer's going to inbound it, and it's going to go on over to Caden, his brother. Caden hands it off over to Cam, who runs down the lane. The shot's up, and it's denied, and it goes on out of bounds. 40.7 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Nice play there, too. He was just looking to attack, and then the ball just got blocked because it was a really good play that was made there by Jackson. The ball's going to be inbounded, and a catch-and-shoot three by Evans. That one won't go. Rebounded by Ejiafor for St. John's. They're down by 2. They could take the lead with a 3. What are they going to do? They'll hand it off over to Sellers. Sellers at the point, at the top of the key. Another dribble handoff, and that goes to Ejiafor. Ejiafor will hand it off again. A lot of dribble handoffs. Leo Topoulos now has it. And he gives it back over to Prey. Another three-point shot. He's on fire. And the Red Storm take the lead. 9 seconds left to go. Boozer, that's Caden, looking to zigzag across the lane. Steps back, takes a tough 2. No. And we are going to go into halftime. St. John's is up by 1. Out in the nation's capital, it's a 1-point lead. And man, oh man, what a game. 40-39. That's the score. Oh boy. Still got another half to go. It's been a good game. It's been a very good game so far between the both of these teams. And with that, let's go to... Whoops. Sorry about that. I did not mean to press that scene. Hi, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. The name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. You're tuning on into March Madness coverage, play-by-play coverage that is here on Play-by-Play with JJ. St. John's does lead it by 1. A lot of the time in this game, Duke really did seem to have control, but the wheels started to fall off a little bit towards the end of that second half. They lead at St. John's by 1. 40-39 is the score. Mitchell has put up a total of 9 points in this game. He's been a little bit quiet, but very efficient for them. Ejiofor has also been quiet off the glass. This is a guy who has had a lot of success downhill over on the block. He averages about 7 rebounds per game. Right now he's at about 3, but he's been rebounding the ball very well over his last couple of games of play. He had 9 rebounds in the game against Kansas. He also had 11 in the game against Northern Iowa as well. So we'll see if he's going to get more active off the glass for the Red Storm. But it's been a nice game. Both teams have had their runs. Duke started off the game very strong. They came out firing out of the gates. You saw, we didn't really get to see it because we were late, but they did come firing out of the gates, and they did a very good job shooting the ball. And then St. John's went on their run, too. That's the game of basketball, right? You can start off really strong. You can have your moments, and then once you start to lose momentum and the other team starts to catch it, that's just what happens. It's a game of momentum, and it's just a back-and-forth play. The question is, how do you stop everybody's runs? And I feel like that St. John's, I got to tip my cap to them, because as soon as Duke came off to a hot start, they called for a timeout. They made adjustments. They got different guys in the lineup, and they tried to actually use more size in their lineup, which has been really beneficial for them, including guys like Leo Topoulos and also Sellers as well. So they've been going more to a bigger guard/forward lineup, and that's been very beneficial for them. The thing that has surprised me the most in this game is that Duke is cold from downtown. I thought that they were going to do a better job shooting the 3. I know that they're a team that tends to live and die by the 3, even when they get Boozer involved in the offense. But I'm still a little bit surprised that they've only attempted 7. I thought that coming on into halftime, I was thinking to myself, they're going to attempt 15. And they've attempted half of those. Now, St. John's on the other side, they're 9 for 18 from 3. And they have been very efficient. And that's just because St. John's, you see a lot of times when Duke is going to this 3-2 zone, St. John's is just able to break their zone defense. And that's been very beneficial. Ruben Prey has been amazing off the bench. The guy has been shooting the lights out. A guy that has only made 4 points per game this year. He's having a career day. He really is. He's been very perfect from 3. And he doesn't attempt a lot, but he's a very efficient three-point shooter. He really is. This is a guy who doesn't really take a lot of threes, but when he knows that he's going to make it, when you give him the space and he is going to shoot it, he's probably going to knock it down because he's just super efficient. And that's the type of three-point shooter that you want if you're the Red Storm. And he's on fire, and they're open. Or sorry, he's open. So I guess the question is, if you're Duke, how do you close him out? Do you start to put a body on him because he's making the shots? And then you just got to pick your poison, right? Do you continue to just guard Mitchell the way that you've been guarding him and slow him in his tracks, or are you going to just continue to make him into a passer and get Prey to just continue to knock down threes? Dylan Darling has also been very efficient as well in this game. He's made both of his threes that he has attempted. So he's been very strong too. The funny part is that St. John's, their bench, because of Ruben Prey, Their bench has done better. And that's why they're winning. The Blue Devils and St. John's, their starters have been very similar today. The only guy that hasn't been doing well for the Red Storm has been Oziah Sellers. He is just cold. I don't know what's going on with him. He did have a nice block. He did have an assist, 2 in that first half, but only 2 field goal attempts, and he's 0 for 2 from the field. And this is a guy who puts up 10.5 points per game. Now, he is coming off of a 3-point performance in 21 minutes against Kansas, but he had a 14-point game against UConn. He had a 14-point game against Providence as well. Against Georgetown, he put up 7 points. So, kind of surprised that he has a donut so far. But what do you guys think, chat? Kaval, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. I really do. I think that as far as things have been going for Rick Pitino, he's made adjustments. Again, Duke goes on a very hot start. You call timeouts, right? You want to stop their momentum. The crowd's getting into it. You want to sort of calm everybody down and change the pace of the game. Get your team ready. Give them a little bit of an extra set of rest, and then go back out there and feel a little bit rejuvenated. And they did. And I thought that really helped them. So his adjustments, the way that he's been calling his timeouts, I think have been really good for the play of St. John's. Duke, though, I have to also say this about them, is that even though they've been struggling from 3 today, the thing that they've done a very good job at is just attacking in the paint. And not necessarily a surprise when you have a guy like Boozer who can just get to the rack whenever he wants to. But we saw Arizona yesterday play against Arkansas, and their game plan was let Arkansas live and die by the 3. We're just going to attack you in the paint. We're going to make you pay. And we're just going to try to, dunk over you, lay it up and in. And that's been their mentality throughout their whole entire season. So they play with an old school basketball type of a mentality and structure. And that's what I've seen so far from Duke. And that's why they're only down by 1. Everything else, you think about it, you think to yourself, well, they should be down. Yes, they're out rebounding St. John's. Yes, they are shooting the ball better from the field. And they have more points in the paint. But the turnovers have been very even. The defense for both teams has been okay so far. It hasn't been stellar. And Duke is just not getting enough assists. A lot of dribble handoffs we see. And a lot of really good coverage from the Red Storm when they are on or when guys are off the ball. So those are my takeaways from the first half here. What are yours? What are your takeaways? How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about this game so far? So let me know. Let me know down below. Tennessee is going to be playing later tonight. That game is going to be at Iowa State, or that game is going to be against Iowa State. They play the Cyclones. That'll be at 10:10. The game that'll take place after this, we're not going to be covering it tonight. Just want to make sure that I make that clear. We will not be covering it tonight, but that is going to be Michigan State versus UConn. That should be a fun game, though, to watch. It really should. UConn, they are 31-5. Michigan State 27-7. I actually think that this could be maybe act like it's the finals. I really do. I expect that that's going to be a very good game. Alabama is up 18-17 against the Wolverines, and there's 11 minutes left in the first half of that game. But what has stood out to you? What do you think both teams have done a good job at, and what both teams haven't done such a good job at? I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. I always like this because, again, it's a conversation between you and I. And if you disagree, tell me why. Tell me why. JJ Duke will win. I agree to disagree. Agree to disagree about what? Let me know. You got to be specific. I don't remember certain things that I said. So you got to be a little bit more specific with me, my friend. But it's good to see you on here, Ray. What's going on, dude? You're the best. Well, no, you're the best. I appreciate you. Duke is a second half team, so let's go. Let's go, Duke, says Ray. Hey, man. This is anyone's game to me. It really is. This is anybody's game to me. And I feel like whoever wins this game and has to go up against, they would have to go up against MSU or UConn. I think that's going to be a very good matchup as well. I do. I really don't know what way it'll go. No, I don't know which way it's going to go either. And see, that's the cool thing, right? That's the cool thing about college hoops, especially at this time, is sometimes you just don't know. They're very evenly matched. Both teams have a lot of grit. They have a lot of mental toughness, I would say. They're both very well coached. And this is like it's a game of chess, ultimately. Yeah. So, it's good. Love you too, man. Love you too, dude. All right, let's take a look at some other scores around the other leagues. We'll start off with the NBA first. Actually, we'll start off with the men's first. Alabama is up 25-22 with 9:26 left to go in the first half of that game. MSU plays against UConn tonight at 9:45. The Volunteers are going to be playing against the Cyclones at 10:10. And then we look at the women's side of the bracket. So we got games going on over there. Minnesota is actually down 26-20 against UCLA. There's 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter of that game. Duke plays LSU tonight at 10 o'clock. That should be a really good game. LSU, I'm excited to see what Flage is going to be able to do against that Duke team. The Tar Heels lost today to UConn. 63-42 was the final score of that game. Sarah Strong had herself a very good day. 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 steals as well. And they were able to get the win, and they advanced. They are 37-0 this year. That is unbelievable. Notre Dame, they won by 3 against Vanderbilt. Hannah Hidalgo ended up putting up 31 points. She is unbelievable. And she also had 11 rebounds and 7 assists as well. And Michaela Blake's from Somerset, New Jersey. I forgot that's where she's from. 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals for Vanderbilt. So they are done. So those are the scores around the women's side of the March Madness tournament. And then in the NBA, who I think is going to go 1, I don't know, man. I like Darius Acuff Jr. I don't think he's going to go number 1. Boozer, maybe. I don't know. From what I've seen, there's some talent. But as far as the NBA goes, it is 60-50. Pacers and Clippers are playing each other. That game is at halftime. The Hawks are playing the Celtics. There's 9:08 left to go in the second quarter of that game. The Heat are down 55-36 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Rockets are down by 4 to the Memphis Grizzlies with 6:06 left to go in the first quarter of that game. The Thunder, they lead it by 1 against the Bulls with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter over there. And then later tonight, we got the Pelicans playing the Raptors at 8:30. We got the Jazz playing the Nuggets at 9. Jokic is going to play. That'll be cool. Wizards play the Warriors at 10 o'clock. The Mavericks play the Portland Trailblazers at 10 o'clock as well. And then at 10:30, you got the LA Lakers hosting the Brooklyn Nets at the Crypto.com Arena. In the hockey world, the Detroit Red Wings lead it 3-1 against the Buffalo Sabres. How about Thompson with his 37th goal of the season? Big shout out to him. They are in the second period of that with 8:51 left to go. And then the New York Rangers, they lead it 2-1 against the Chicago Blackhawks. The Rangers are 28-35-9, and the Blackhawks 27-32-13. 11:40 left to go in the second period of that game, and now it's 3-1. So it's 3-1 in both hockey games. In Major League Baseball, let's go there right now. The A's and the Blue Jays are scoreless in the bottom of the third. The Rockies are down 2-1 to the Marlins in the bottom of the fourth inning. Florida is up to bat. The Royals trail 2-0 to the Braves. Chris Sale so far 3 innings, 2 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, 2 and 3 walks. That's in the fourth. And then the Angels and the Astros are in the top of the first inning. They just got started. Earlier today, the Yankees shut out the Giants again. So the Giants have been shut out twice by the Yankees. 3-0 was the score today. Giants only got 1 hit. Guardians play the Mariners at 9:40. The Tigers play the Padres at 9:40. And at 10:10, the Dodgers play against the Diamondbacks. And those are all your scores around the sports world here in the U.S. But back to this game really quickly. St. John's, the Red Storm, they lead it by 1. It's a 40-39 game so far. That's the score. Here is the box score. We'll pull that up for you guys. Dylan Mitchell is 9 points. Zuby Ejiofor is 7. He has 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Bryce Hopkins with 6 points, 3 boards, 1 dime. Dylan Darling, 2 for 3. He is from downtown with 6 points and 2 assists as well. So, all right. Both teams are out of the tunnel, and they're going to cut to a commercial break over on the TV side of things. And the second half should be starting in just a little bit. How's everybody doing? It's been a great game. It really is. It's been an awesome game. I'm rooting for the UConn Huskies, says Ronald. You're rooting for UConn in both the men's and the women's. I have Duke's mayonnaise in the fridge. Oh, Duke's mayonnaise. That's funny. I can't believe you're doing a Duke game. What's gonna happen, man? It's March Madness. It's tough because, again, you have to understand, right, that even when I was doing the World Baseball Classic, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I wasn't going to do the U.S. Do you know why I didn't do the U.S.? Because I knew that other people were going to do it. And I thought, you know what? With the World Baseball Classic, we'll get to the U.S. We'll do it like when they get further along into the tournament. And then when they go to the championship, of course, the finals. But the other teams, I thought were really good too. And I just knew that there were going to be a lot of people that were diving for those U.S. games, and I said no. And it's the same thing with Duke too, in the NCAA tournament. I would love to do more Duke, but there's a lot of people that are doing it. And for those people that, are other fans like High Point fans, how many people are covering High Point? Not as many. There's now we can get on into like the illegal streamers, which obviously sucks, but not trying to complain, not trying to do any of that. But the point is that even with the people that do it the way that we do it, we wanted to do something a little bit different. But I'm happy to be doing this Duke game. I like watching Duke. I do. But yeah, Pat Driscoll is the referee. You also got Doug Shows as the other referee. And the official is Ron Groover as well. But yeah, it is cool. I'd love to do more, but I'm only one person. People in North Carolina only use Duke's mayonnaise. They're fanatical about it. I ordered some on Amazon. Nothing special, really. Nah, there's nothing special about it. And not like a secret ingredient. Nothing with it. Why'd you take down my women's basketball comment? I didn't take down your women's basketball content or comment. No, I didn't take it down. I don't know if it hit it or if a mod removed it, but it wasn't me. It really wasn't me. I promise you. I'm not even on the app right now. So, I don't know who took it down. I don't know if it just banned it or what. I don't know. It really wasn't me, though. All right, so we are ready to start off the second half. Are you saying that I took it down over on the screen, or are you just saying that I took it off the YouTube app? Because I didn't delete your message. No. Sometimes I click like really fast, like I'll click this and then I'll just click this. You know, sometimes it's just a habit of mine. 40-39. We're ready to start off the second half. All right, so here we go. Mitchell, Ejiofor, Hopkins, Darling, and Sellers all out there for St. John's. And for Duke, they got Brown, Cam Boozer, Sarr, Evans, and Caden Boozer out there. St. John's going from left to right. Duke has not scored a field goal since their last 5 minutes of play. It'll be Ejiofor, who's going to dump it back off over to Darling, who's 2 for 3 shooting-wise from the field today. Both of those, or all 3 of those shots, have been 3-point attempts. And we are going to have a reach-and foul that's going to be called against Duke. No, it's not you, JJ. Oh, okay, I got you. Got you. I love you, JJ. No matter what, you make me smile. No, you make me smile. You guys all make me smile. I really mean that. Here we go. Ejiofor looking to try to attack and go downhill. The shot's up. No. The second time, that's no good either. Grabs his own rebound. He's a monster downhill, and he can't put it up and on in, though. He had 3 defenders on him. It was like a swarm full of Blue Devils that were there. A wide open 3 out in transition is up, and that one is good by Evans. Isaiah Evans knocks down the tray for Duke, and they are now he's now 2 for 5 from downtown. We have another whistle called and a stoppage in play. This is why you got to say, again, good defense leading out to easy offense is certainly beneficial, even in these types of games. It's a 44-40 game, 18:44 left to go in this second half. Prey leads the scoring department for St. John's, and Brown leads the scoring department for Duke. Here's a 3 on the other side by St. John's. That's no good. Ejiofor gets the offensive rebound, but he throws it away, and it's stolen by Caden Boozer. Boozer at the top of the key. Takes it towards the foul line. Goes down the lane. Initiates contact. No whistle called, and he airballs the floater. And it's St. John's ball as they get the rebound. Ejiofor again gets poked in the eye downhill, and he takes a trip over to the deck. Sorry, that was Bryce Hopkins. Excuse me. But Hopkins is going to get on up and go on over to the line. Bryce Hopkins was 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in this game. And the 6'7" senior from Oak Park, Illinois, is going to get back up. Here we go, and he'll also inbound it too. Here's a catch and shoot 2 that's up by Prey, and that is up, and that's on in as well. Sellers able to knock down the shot, and now it's a 2-point game. Duke leads it 44-42. More excellent play coverage there. Ejiofor with a steal. Ejiofor with a tie. He dunks it on home, and we're knotted up at 44 apiece.
Excellent.
A bad pass there by Cam Boozer, and I don't even know who he was looking for. Caden Boozer over on the outside over to Evans. Evans, pump fake, three-point shot. It almost got the friendly roll. It's pinballed, and it goes into the hands of a Duke Blue Devils player, Malik Brown, and on the second attempt, that's no good. Over on the other side, getting the rebound, driving out in transition, converting on a two, going to the line for one more. That's Mitchell. Dylan Mitchell being a man amongst boys, and he will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. (46-44). Mitchell is shooting 80% from the field, and he has 2 boards. And the foul shots can't get the and one to go. So the three-point play is unsuccessful. However, he does get 2. Caden with a turnover again, a steal, and another jam by Ajayi for 2. A timeout taken by Duke. It's a 3-point lead for St. John's. Caden Boozer is just seeing ghosts out there. Dylan Darling got another easy pick like he was a safety. And then Ajayi, just an absolute monster, solos it out in transition and gets the crowd going. Gosh. What a game. 48-44. And there's 17 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in this second half. He is playing terrible, Caden Boozer. That's like, you must have 3 turnovers in this half. And it's not even, we're not even 3 minutes into this. We're not even 3 minutes into this, chat. Crazy. Ajayi for 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Starting to heat up now. Sometimes that's the other thing too, right? In baseball, they say that when you get out of a slump, you could be 0 for your last 30 and you're Bryce Harper or Shohei Ohtani, and then you just get that one fastball down the middle and you just hit it out. That can really change your confidence. That changes your timing. You get more into a groove. And basketball is the same sort of a thing, right? Sometimes, the ball is just not bouncing your way, but then when you drive it inside and you're able to get layups and you're able to dunk it on home and you put the ball through the hoop, you see the ball go through, and the confidence gets back up. Excuse me. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Michigan is up by 5. They are playing against Alabama. So here is how the bracket works the rest of the way. Tomorrow, we got Purdue playing against Arizona. That game will be at 8:49 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is the Final Four in the West. Okay? Michigan's playing Alabama right now, and Michigan versus Alabama will play the winner of Tennessee versus Iowa State. So whoever wins this game is going to play Tennessee or Iowa State, and that game will be on Sunday. You also have Iowa playing against Illinois as well, and that game will be on Sunday. Nope, that game's going to be tomorrow. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Duke's playing St. John's, and the winner of that game will play the winner of Michigan State UConn, which will be tonight at 9:45. Okay, so back into the swing of things we go. Another turnover. St. John's has it, and an alley-oop pass that goes over to Ajayi, and it's good. Somebody has to stop that big fella because Duke has just been turning the ball over. They've been out of sorts. It's 50-44. The ball's going to go on out of bounds, and it'll still remain Blue Devils ball. Gosh. Just another easy pick. And a terrible turnover as well. You saw Mitchell get himself another steal. He's a good defensive player. It's a 10-0 run over the last 90 seconds for the Red Storm. And they are bringing the fire. 16:42 left to go in this second half of play. Devils will inbound it, and they give it over to Sarr. Sarr is going to hand it off and give it over to Cam Boozer. Boozer back to Sarr again. And Evans over on the right side of the wing. He'll get called for... There's a foul that's called on St. John's. I thought maybe, just maybe they were going to call offensive foul, but they did not. Chat, we are 181 subscribers away from 9,000 subscribers. Gosh, that's great. 16:26 left to go in this second half of play. The inbound pass will go over to Ngangba. Ngangba gives it over to Evans, who tries to drive it down the lane, and he's fouled by Ejiofor on the floor. Darling is dripping with a lot of sweats. He's working really hard out there. The ball's inbounded again, and it's going to go over to Ngangba. Now back to Sarr, and Sarr was looking to throw it downhill, and it ended up being tipped out of bounds by a Red Storm, and that was Prey. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well, chat. Prey is 3 for 3 from the field. All three of his threes have gone on in. Double team comes, they double team Boozer, and they'll give it back over to Evans on the outside. Foster back over to Evans for a three. No. Ejiofor corrals the miss. And the Red Storm just taking their time right now. Prey with a handoff, and it goes toward the near side. It's back to Jackson. Jackson to Ejiofor. Ejiofor back outside to Prey for another three. He is on fire and continues to put on a red-hot display. The Predator, he has been unbelievable. A 13-0 run by St. John's, and Duke is just out of sorts. Boozer gets it blocked on the other side. And going up with the second attempt was Sarr. And as he put up the field goal, tried to lay it up and in, the ball ended up going on out of bounds. Last touch by St. John's. It's a 13-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds of play. And we are going to have a timeout taken in the action. 9-point lead for St. John's. Man, I love college hoops. It's cool. I never fully got into it until this year. It's fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun covering college basketball. It's a cool thing. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it. St. John's has toughness about them. We talked about mental toughness, Lou. We said that both teams have mental toughness, but tonight, St. John's is fighting through a lot of adversity. And I don't like how I like college hoops more than the NBA right now, honestly. I know you've been saying that for a while, dude. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. But yet you still support the Sixers. You still support the Sixers. You still watch the Sixers. But as far as the league, yeah, I understand you. I hear you. It's a different type of a league than what it was even like 14 years ago. It really is. And I agree. I think that college basketball, from both men's and women's, I think that women's college basketball is honestly different than the WNBA. I really feel that way. I like watching women's college basketball. I still watch the NBA, but I'm not as big of a fan of the product like what it, used to be. College just has more passion. It's not just that. You know what it is? The 1-and-1 with the free throws make a difference. The way that the media timeouts are taken also makes a difference as well. And they're very, when you have to inbound the ball and you get to advance it, just think about it. The game really slows down in the NBA and in college. It's a much faster pace, just because of the rule plays, and also the refs don't blow the whistle as much. I've noticed in college too. Women's college basketball is awesome. It really is. It's so much fun to watch. 53-44, and Duke is gonna send Patrick Ngangba over to the line. 10.5 points he's had this year on average. Tonight, he's about 8 points under his average, and he misses the free throw. The refs are a big difference. They are. The next foul shot by Duke, it's good.
Excellent.
How about this? St. John's has made their last 6 field goal attempts, and Duke has missed their last 5, if you can believe that. 53-45. 15-10 left to go in this second half of play. Ejiofor is going to hand it off and give it over to Prey at the top of the key. Prey to Mitchell. Mitchell down over on the elbow. Takes an 11-foot jump shot and connects the dots that time and gives St. John's a 10-point lead. It's been very strong in the second half. Dylan Mitchell has been doing his job. Boozer looking to try to posterize 2 people at the same time. He'll have to give it back over towards the outside corner to Foster. And he will run down the lane. Give it over to Cam Boozer for a 3. And he goes flopping down like a penguin. And an offensive rebound off the air ball. Ngangba will pass it back out to Boozer for a second try. That's no good. And an offensive rebound by Foster. He had to buzz through 3 St. John's players. And he got into a very good position and was just able to scoop and score after he rebounded the ball. Red Storm lead it by 8 points. We played 6 minutes in this second half. And they're trying to add on to their lead and go back into the double figures column. Ejiofor taking it down the lane towards the elbow. Foul line extended jumper, and that one won't go. And Duke crashes the glass once again. The rebounding has been pretty similar from both teams. Duke in this game just has 5 more rebounds. And here's a 2, and that one goes on in. It's 55-49. Duke does capitalize. They are now down by 6. And, St. John's wants to sort of slow the momentum down, and Rick Pitino doesn't want the Blue Devils to get back in this, so that's why he's going to take a timeout. $55-49. St. John's leads it. They just released on X the player availability report for tonight for the Michigan State game versus UConn. So they say that Caleb Glenn is out for Michigan State and Divine Ugachukwu is out for Michigan State as well. UConn not missing any of their players. Yeah, you're right about that, Lou. You are. Totally right. On the inbound pass, we'll see what St. John's drew up out of this timeout. It'll be a baseline jump shot that will go for St. John's, and they are up by 8 points. That was Dylan Darling making his first field goal that was not a three. Provided the counterpunch on the other side is Caleb Foster, that is, with 8.5 points per game this year. He now has 4 in this game in particular. The ball was swung around the timeline, and the catch-and-shoot trifecta will not fall. Caden Boozer corrals the miss off of Darling's misfired three. Foster down the lane. He'll go up with a layup inside. Cuts through the defense. Can't make the layup, but he's going to be fouled hard. And that'll stop the clock with 12.5 minutes remaining in this second half, and we will have a couple of free throws coming on up. Foster with the misdirection. Just goes towards his left hand, dribbles and crosses over to his right, and gets his defender thinking that he's going to go in between the legs. And then you just see that little hezzy, and he's just able to take advantage of his defender and beat him right on over to the punch. Both foul shots are good. And it's a 5-point lead for St. John's with 12.5 minutes left remaining in the second half of this game.
Excellent.
Foster has scored the team's last 7 points. And they are back in business within the blink of an eye. Where's everybody tuning on in from? Let us know down below. 2 timeouts left for each team. Want to make sure I mention that as well. Cam Boozer, Njangba, Kamenia, Harris, and Foster out there for Duke as their 5. St. John's has Mitchell, Ejiafor, Hopkins, Darling, and Sellers. A rebound off the misfired three-pointer by St. John's, and Duke is going to have possession of the ball again. Foster on the drive. Foster with the pass over to Boozer, and Boozer with the finish to try to boost the crowd and get Duke back in this game. They get a steal and a 3 for the tie. No good as it is airballed and it goes on out of bounds. What a run by Duke. And we have another TO taken in this game. It's 57-54, and things have gotten very, very interesting. That is for sure. Marsha's here. What's up, Marsha? Let me give you a little fist pump. What's up, Marsha? Good to see you. How's your day going so far? Anybody have any bets on this game? Just out of curiosity, for those of you that are into sports betting. Let me know. Excuse me. It's a 57-54 Red Storm lead, and that has been cut down. They were on a 13-0 run, and then Duke, again, start to get momentum, and the timeout didn't help St. John's that they just took not too long ago when it was a 6-point game. Now it's a 3-point game. Just see that Kevin Gosman struck out 10 batters in his Blue Jays debut. It's awesome. His Blue Jays 2026 debut. We got 2 really good games going. Yeah, I'm not even watching the other one. I don't have it on the iPad. Plus, I don't want to get distracted. Basketball's like one of those really tough things where it's like really hard to call 2 games at once just because there's a lot of action. And I don't know. I probably could watch 2 games at once, but do I want to right now? Probably not. What we did do yesterday was when the Nebraska game was almost done. The game that we were doing was a blowout. So we were like, you know what, let's just see what's going on in that Nebraska game. It was like a 6-point game with 40 seconds left. And then Iowa State won. Was it Iowa State? Who's playing? Hold up, timeout. I'm getting my days mixed up. That's not good. Iowa State plays tonight. What was it? It was Iowa. Iowa. Sorry. Iowa and Iowa State. It's cool. Yeah, it was Iowa. You're the man, LP. Good to see you on here as well, dude. All right, 57-54. Still plenty of time left to go. 11 minutes and 40 seconds to be exact. St. John's looking to just play hot potato. Mitchell at the top of the key. As St. John's goes from left to right, and Duke goes from right to left. Wide open three over on the far corner is up, and it's in. And St. John's gets a little bit of breathing room off that beautifully timed three by Oziah Sellers from 23 feet. They are 11 for 22 from three-point range today. Boozer looking to attack downhill, trying to post up two guys. Can he do it? No, not on the first try, not on the first time. On the second try that he has, he's able to put it back up and put it on in. It's 60-56. Cam has not been efficient today. He's 5 for 13 from the field. He does have 15 points, though. They'll hand it off, and it'll go back over to the top of the key and back over towards the near side into the hands of Darling. Darling again on the outside. Back to Mitchell. Darling for three on the catch and shoot trifecta. Won't go. And the ball is chased out of bounds by a Duke player and a St. John's player, but they will say that it'll be Duke basketball. It went off of Ejiofor's right knee. Foster did a very good job getting to that ball and slapping it right off of his knee. So it's a 4-point deficit for Duke. 10 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in this second half. Winner moves on to the Elite Eight and will play on Sunday. Still don't know what time they'll be playing and who their matchup will be. We'll find that out later tonight. 10:25 to go in this second half. And with the ball for Duke is Foster. It's Foster, Harris, Kamenia, Ngangba, and Boozer. Boozer trying to float it up inside. Give it back over to Ngangba. And Ngangba hands it off to Kamenia with a baby hook. And it's up and good. Now it's a 2-point game with 10:03 left to go in the second half. And now it's getting very close. Mitchell at the top of the perimeter. Right hand. Bounce pass. Over to Ejiofor. Pump fake the three. And instead dumps it off over to Hopkins. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Hopkins with a turnaround jumper. And that one is good. A spin around, turnaround. How do you do? By Hopkins. Bryce Hopkins coming through in the clutch. Foster again is going to get fouled for Duke. And that'll stop the clock with 9:24. Matt is here. What's going on, Matt? How we doing? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hey, JJ, dropping a like. Your grind is incredible. No denying it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I never got your email, my friend. I don't know if you tried to send it out before, but I just wanted to let you know I never got your email. If it didn't work, try it again. But I checked my spam. Nothing. Duke is about to take over. I hope so. I just want this to be a good game. Here we go. Down the lane again is Darling. Darling swings the hot potato around the timeline over to Sanan. Downhill again is Ejiofor. Not once, not twice, and no time at all. It'll be Duke basketball. He tried to attempt the little baby runner inside, and it didn't work on both attempts. On the other side of the court, Duke tries to draw a charge, but instead it's going to be a blocking foul. Kamenia was looking to attack and then trying to plant the feet on the other side was Sinan. Marsha says, yay. Marsha says, so long as St. John's amps up defense and forces turnovers, plus keep the threes going, St. John's going to win. Thanks for the shout-out. Of course. I got you. Welcome on in. Take your shoes off, have a good time, and just enjoy the call. Here we go. On the perimeter is Jackson guarding Evans, and Evans will float it up, and Evans will float it on in. Isaiah Evans is starting to heat up too. He has 16 points in this game. He has only missed 5 shots. 7 makes for him. Ejiofor on the perimeter. They're going to try to give it to him again downhill over on the block. He has to post up Ngangba here. And instead he's going to pass it. It's deflected off of a Duke player and goes out of bounds towards the right baseline. That line drive turnaround jump shot by Jackson. Or by Evans, that is. That's what makes him a special talent. Mitchell, Ejiofor, Hopkins, Sinan, and Jackson out there for the Red Storm. And for the Blue Devils, as the Red Storm cannot cash in from downtown, the Blue Devils have Boozer, Evans, Boozer, Ngangba, and Kamenia. So both the Boozer brothers are out there. Cam and Caden. Cam, back over to Evans. A catch and shoot 3. Line drive, it's good! And Duke will retake the lead. They're up by 1 with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this second half. That's their first lead since the first. St. John's with a counter punch. The 3 ball is dropping. And that'll make it 65-63. That was Bryce Hopkins. And back and forth we go. It's like a tennis match. It's a game of cat and mouse between the both of these teams. Hopkins with 11 points. That's his second 3 that he's attempted. And he has made both of his 3s in this game. Isaiah looking to attack. Go downhill. And he puts it up. Puts it on in. And that'll give Duke the tie. 65-65. 7 minutes left to go in this second half. I'm surprised that they did not call that foul on St. John's. Ejiofor swings it around the timeline. It goes over towards the baseline into the hands of Sinan. A dribble handoff and a 3-pointer. No. And rebounded by Evans. He'll clean the glass. And the table is set for Duke to take the lead right here. It's on a silver platter. Caden Boozer over at the logo. 6.5 minutes left to go in this second half. Boozer being heavily guarded by Hopkins over at the logo. They try to put up a screen for him. It doesn't work out. Isaiah, another 3, and we're going to have a foul called. Right as the screen was being provided by Ngangba, Isaiah tried to shoot the 3, and they are, I believe, going to call offensive foul. But regardless, we have a timeout taken, 65-65. We'll confirm that once we see it on ESPN. Gosh, 6:23 to go in this game. Oh, boy. Where is it? There it is. How we feeling, chat? It's a great game. It is a great game. Let's go. I've been slammed with work. I'll get it to you. Appreciate your interest. Yeah, no, absolutely. And no, I just wanted to make sure that you didn't try to email me or sorry, I wanted to make sure that, you know, if you tried to email me, I wanted to let you know that I didn't get it, because sometimes people on here are like, well, I sent you an email, and I'm like, well, I never got it. I checked my spam. I checked everything. You know, just want to make sure. So Marsha says, you called the games well. I'm old enough to turn down the volume on Kentucky games and turn on radio to listen to Cadwood Ledford call the games. Oh, that's so cool. Cadwood Ledford. Huh. I'll have to look. How long has he been calling the games for Kentucky? I'd like to know. I'm not as familiar with the college broadcasting for D1 play-by-play announcers. I'm not as familiar with them, but I know some of them have been doing it for years. Same thing with college football as well. There's a lot of people that have been doing those games, and they do an awesome job. But as far as getting into the specifics, I'd like to learn more about that angle because there's some really good talent out there. We always hear about the professionals at the majors in the Big Four. We hear about the Vince Scully's. We hear about the Joe Davises, the Kevin Harlans, the Kevin Burkharts, right? And then the Beth Mowens of the world too. But I'm always interested in learning more about what else is out there because there's a lot of talent. And that's what we're trying to do more so here on YouTube because, again, there's people that don't have access to games that are out of the market, and we want to give more people good access, and that's why I want to try to get more play-by-play people on here. I really do. The field is wide open here on YouTube, and it's just so nice that we can be able to unite so many people together, and the community is great. You're able to chat as you listen on into the game, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So let's see what this call is here. Evans was looking to take a three, and then Jackson Shore just pushed. Who was that? Who did he just push? Ngangba right to the ground. So Ngangba's going to go to the line and shoot a free throw. They did call a foul on Jackson. He'll shoot 2 free throws here, and he misses both of them. He missed both of them, and they were both short. So Duke had a golden opportunity to take the lead, and instead, they're still tied 2 foul shot attempts later. All right. Inbounding the ball is Kamenia for Duke. Kamenia is going to hand it off over to Evans. Evans at the top of the key again. Heavily guarded. Has to bounce pass it over to Caden. And Caden gives it back over to Cam. Cam Boozer looking to try to go down the lane towards the right side. Initiates contact. No foul was called, but he makes the layup anyways. A lot of traffic through those trees. And Cam Boozer able to make the shots. That was not easy at all. Down the lane, the Jaya 4. Back to Darling. Darling's 2. Way too strong. And it's rebounded by Duke. They're looking to try to get a 2-possession lead here, potentially. Evans over to Caden Boozer. Caden knifes his way through the lane, but there's a foul called on the floor. And it'll be on St. John's. Right before he was ready to put up that layup, the foul was on Dylan Darling. And more free throws are coming up because Duke is in the bonus. In case you are new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on. We're doing March Madness games. We also did World Baseball Classic games. We did 23 WBC games. It was unbelievable. I've had such a great time streaming this month. It's been unreal. The foul shot won't go. It was a 1-and-1 situation. And St. John's is going to get the ball back. We'll talk a little bit more about me once there's a break because we got to focus, of course. Hopkins takes it towards the near side. 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in this game. Here's a step-back 3 for St. John's. That's way, way, way too strong. That was Ian Jackson who missed that 24-foot jump shot from the right wing. And it's rebounded by Duke. Boozer looking to try to pass it. It's deflected, and it goes back into the hands of Evans. Evans over to Brown as he hands it off right to him. Caden Boozer still at the logo. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. He has to go. He has to drive it downhill. He spins around, puts up a very tough 2. That was a bad shot. It was totally off balance, and it hit the back iron, and St. John's able to get a rebound. That was Bryce Hopkins again, able to snipe it. Hopkins gets the ball punched loose, and it's going to be still St. John's ball right before it didn't go out of bounds, but saving it right there was Sellers. And Sellers runs down the lane, hits the deck hard, and a steal back by St. John's. Duke had the ball first. It was Hopkins, and before he ran on out of bounds, it was it was Brown. Then Hopkins took it back, and he was able to just tie the game. After Malik Brown blocked it, Brown had to save it from going on out of bounds. Hopkins, the ball was thrown right to him, and then Bryce was able to hit the layup inside, and the foul was called on Nicholas Kamenia. And just like that, St. John's will try to get the lead back with one free throw here. And the clock stops at 4:22 left to go. Tired, missed them. It was awesome you're considering calling a game for these kids. They live a baseball lifestyle. They eat, sleep, and breathe baseball. That's so cool. Has to listen to him from the 70s till he no longer called games. He's a legend in Kentucky. I'll have to see more of his work. I really do. 69-67 as the foul shot's good. Duke is down by 2. Here we go. Evans back over to Foster. Duke is going from right to left. St. John's going from left to right. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Duke has the ball as they move from right to left. Jackson for 3. It's up, and it's good! Oh, what a shot! It's 70-69. Duke is back on top. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this game. Winner goes to the Elite Eight. St. John's wants a pick, and they will get a pick. It's from Sellers. Sellers gets the ball back on the outside, takes 2 steps in from the three-point line, takes a baseline J. That's no good, and Cam Boozer will corral his 9th rebound of the game, or is that his 10th? It is. He has a double-double. Cam with 17 and 10, and 2 as well. 2 assists, that is. Boozer looking to try to get past one defender, and now he gets the switch that he wants. He'll look to attack. He'll look to drive. He'll look to initiate contact. He does! He hits the layup, and he'll go to the line for one more. 72-69. Jackson could only do so much to stop him. And Boozer able to bulldoze right past him. And we have a timeout again. What a ball game. Oof. How are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling? Oh, man. Boozer's father, Carlos. I remember Carlos Boozer. He played for the Chicago Bulls. I was a big fan of Carlos Boozer. That was like when I first started watching NBA basketball a little bit more closely. He played with Derrick Rose, right? Was part of a cool story involving the musician Prince. YouTube it. I recommend the animated version of the story. I recommend watching it. Carlos had a good NBA career. He did. He played, I believe Luol Deng was also on that Bulls team too that he played. But I'll have to check that out. He a part of a cool story with Prince. I like Prince. I do. Purple Rain is such a great soundtrack. Feeling great, says LP. Yeah. I'm feeling relaxed tonight, chat. I really am. I feel like over these last, I'd say yesterday I was a little bit stressed, but today, pretty relaxed. It's been a pretty chill streaming day, Guys, we are 9 subscribers away from getting to 8,830 subs, which means that we are also 170 subscribers away, 179 subscribers away from getting to 9,000. That's unreal. It's been unbelievable, and I'm having the best time doing this. Still time left to go. Duke leads it by 3. Let's catch you guys up on this game for those of you that are just tuning on in. So it's a 72-69 lead for Duke. St. John's did take control for most of the second half, and then Duke just cut it back, and they got themselves back into this game just when you thought that they were about ready to get out of it, and St. John's took the bull by the horn. Duke was able to catch some fire, and St. John's started to turn the ball over a little bit, and the Blue Devils did capitalize. 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this second half of play. Evans with 24. Boozer, that's Cam Boozer, with 19 points. They both combined have made 17 field goals on 31 attempts. And St. John's, well, they've gotten a very good balance of scoring from Hopkins, Ejiofor, and Mitchell. And really the guy that's been on the radar tonight is Zuby Ejiofor. He's played very good. He's played very well. Boozer at the line for one more, and the and one will give Duke a 2-possession lead.
Excellent.
3 minutes left to go. Still some time left. Duke and St. John's each have 2 timeouts. Here's Mitchell going from right to left for St. John's. They could try to cut the deficit to 1 or 2. Here's a 3 out in transition, and it's no good. Tell you what, that was a really bizarre play there because Hopkins, who shot, or Isaiah Sellers it was, who shot the 3, was moving and didn't have his feet set. It's Duke ball. And here comes on a drive, attacking, it's Foster, and he tries to hit the layup, and the ball goes on out of bounds. Caleb Foster trying to lay it up and in over Ejiofor, that is. And it'll still be Duke ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to inbound it here, and the inbound from Foster goes towards the left side to Sarr. It's Boozer. He looks to go downhill. He'll kick it out over to Evans. And here's a 3-point shot by Foster. It's up, and that one is good. Oh, what a play. It's a 6-point lead for Duke with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to go. Foster didn't have a bucket in the first half. He's made all 9 of his points in the second half. St. John's out of desperation for a 3. They're still in this. 75-72 with 1:45 left to go. What a game this is. Back and forth. Ejiofor with a clutch basket in the clutch. Unreal. 1:35 left to play. Foster again looks to take it over to the point and the top of the key. Now dribbles around the timeline. He doesn't want to pass it. He wants to drive it inside. He will. He puts up the 2. And just like that, the Blue Devils are up by 5. St. John's out in transition, stepping back, and here's another 3-pointer. That's way off the mark. Offensive rebound, and they will keep the possession alive. Mitchell pinballs it over to Hopkins again. Hopkins for 3. Too strong. The ball's tipped. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be St. John's ball with 1:07 left to play in this game. 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time. Game almost done. It's down to the wire. 5-point lead and another timeout taken. I don't know why this scoreboard's not updating, but there you go. It's unreal. Unreal. 7 more subs till we get to 88:30. Let's go, chat. How we doing? How we doing on those likes? Great game. We got 96 people watching. 96 of you have decided to tune on into Play-by-Play with JJ, and only 33 of you have hit the thumbs up button. just make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button. I'm not trying to shame anybody. It is free. Same thing with subscribing to the channel. If you guys do like and if you do subscribe, that also gets us recommended to more people who are not just March Madness fans, but who are college basketball fans, who are just basketball fans, period, and just like listening to really good sports commentary. So just put the word out there for us and just continue to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. All right, big time possession here for St. John's. They're going to inbound the ball, give it over to Darling. And Darling's at the top right side of the wing. He'll hand it off and give it back over towards the far corner. That's Ajayafor. And Ajayafor is going to hand it off over to Sellers. Sellers downhill, going up with a reverse layup inside was Hopkins, and it's up and it's on in. 77-74. 45 seconds left to go in this game. All right, Duke has the ball. It's Boozer. Boozer towards the outside, gives it over to Evans, and we have a foul taken with 40.2 seconds left. It was actually a timeout. Excuse me, no foul was called. But still, it's a three-point game with 40.2 seconds left to go. Duke has one more timeout to burn after this. Whoops. Don't know why I pressed that button. Excuse me. I pressed the wrong button. It was 96 when Kentucky won with Pitino. I love that. That's funny. That's so funny. Unreal. We'll be back on for more college basketball tomorrow, in case you're wondering. We do have a Phillies game, and again, we call Phillies mainly on this channel. We do Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, and Eagles football. But we've been covering March Madness. We will definitely cover some more Major League Baseball games besides just the Phillies. But you should definitely check our other content out because that is the main heart and soul of this channel. 40.7 seconds left to go in this second half of play. I knew you would. 96 on with you. Yeah. I'm a 98. I'm a 98 guy. 40.7 seconds left to go. And Duke is going to get the inbound here. This is huge. Okay. Duke trying to go up with the dagger here. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Foster at the logo again, but we have a whistle called. And it's going to be on St. John's. Mitchell's going to get the foul called on him. Got tangled up. He actually grabbed onto Boozer's jersey from behind. He did. It's like one of those like pass interference calls you see in football when the safety holds the safety or the cornerback holds the wide receiver's jersey downfield. That's what it was. They're going to foul Cam Boozer. I don't really know why he did that. Boozer's at the line. He's a very good foul shooter. It's a 1-on-1 situation, and the foul shot will not go. And St. John's has a chance here. 28 seconds left to go. 3 seconds differentiated in the shot clock from the game clock. It's Prey who's going to hand it off to Darling. 15 seconds left to go here. Ajayafor looking to attack. Goes up with a 2. It's no good, but we have a foul called. A very late foul called. With 14.7 seconds to go. And this, if Ajayafor is going to go to the line, first of all, I think he traveled there. Looks like that he took a lot of steps, but they don't call that. But still, Zuby Ajayafor, 14.7 seconds to go. He is at the line. He's a 72% foul shooter. He's made both of his free throws today. And the first one goes in with ease. Substitutions coming on in for each team, looking to try to get their big guns out there. Zuby makes the first one. Can he make the second for St. John's? He takes a dribble, puts the second one up, and that one won't go. Duke has the ball. They got to foul St. John's, and they do, but they took 3 seconds off the game clock. 10.8 seconds left in this game, and we'll walk the floor and have more foul shots coming on up. 77-75. Ejiofor could have made it a 1-point lead or a 1-point deficit, and he was unable to do so, and another timeout is going to be taken. 10.8 seconds left. Oh, boy. This is unreal. Phil, Sixers and Flyers play tomorrow. Yeah. Ejiofor, is that how you say it? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Finally, somebody corrected me. I wanted somebody to do that. That's good. Told you, if I say something incorrectly, please correct me. Because, again, we just dived on into this, but we want to just get practice. I always tell people, correct me if I'm wrong. Even though, obviously, I should know. I can only do so much, though. Those were huge free throws. It was. Yep. Rod, thank you very, very much for the sub. Anthony, thank you very much for the sub as well. Appreciate you very, very much. 6 more subs so we get to 8,830. Let's go, chat. Isaiah Evans is going to go to the line. They actually added 1.2 seconds to the game clock. The shot clock is unplugged. Duke still has one more timeout left. St. John's doesn't have any. 11.2 seconds to go. The first free throw will not go. The door is still open for St. John's. Oh, my gosh. It's still open. Foul shot number 2. That's good. It's 78-75.
Excellent.
Darling gets the inbound pass. He's over at midcourt. Darling over at the top of the key. This is for the tie. It's no good. He airballed it, trying to save it and going on out of bounds. That was Ejiofor. 1.8 seconds left to go. 78-75. He airballed that 3. 1.8 seconds left. And if Duke just inbounds this and just plays keep away, they win. Duke is going to try to inbound it, and we have a timeout taken right before the inbound. And that's smart. Just got to inbound it. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? LGZ is here. What's up, LGZ? Duke, please win. All my perfect brackets remain on you. How you doing with your bracket, man? 5 more subs. .8 seconds left to go. Duke just called its final timeouts. They inbound it, they win. They inbound it and play keep away, they win. And they will play the winner of MSU versus UConn. Michigan and Alabama, that game has been really good. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We cover a lot of stuff on this channel. I went to school for broadcasting and started this YouTube channel, and here we are. I love calling games. And I love interacting with a very good community and connecting with people. All right, so Duke is going to inbound this. They obviously don't get to advance the ball because it's college. But Foster is going to have to inbound it here. He does, and they are going to foul. They took 0.3 of a second off the clock. And it's 78-75. So they just fouled, and they're going to have to walk the floor. The foul was on Zuby Ejiofor. I think at this point, you make the free throw to tie it, right? Oh, dude, his Boozer has the K peeled off of his jersey. That's the type of effort he's been putting on in tonight. Boozer at the line. The first foul shot. And it's a 2-possession lead. 79-75. You'd probably think that he's going to miss it here. No timeouts left for St. John's. Second foul shot. It's good. 80-75. St. John's will inbound it, and that is going to do it. Duke is moving on to the Elite Eight. Wow. All right, so that was fun. Last thing that I'm going to say before I wrap things up. Okay, first and foremost, thank you all very, very much for tuning on into this game. Rod, again, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Give Duke a lot of credit because this was the type of a game where you just thought that St. John's, when they came out firing out of the gates in the second half, you saw Duke just turn the ball over. Caden Boozer just came on out of the locker room and was just out of sorts, really. He was turning the ball over, making terrible reads, terrible passes, and then whatever happened in that timeout really did make a difference because they just ended the game so strong. They got back in it. St. John's was trying to just keep their lead in front of them. When they were down by 3, Duke, then it was down by 5. Then they would cut it down to 2, and then it would be down by 5 again, and then St. John's would make another bucket, and then finally they were able to get over the hump. They got some very good shooting from Boozer. Evans was the difference maker, though. That guy was clutch. That guy stepped up when he had to, and he made the right plays, the right decisions, and also just took the correct shots and made them. And that's why Duke was able to come out on top, and they're moving on to the Elite Eight, and will play the winner of Michigan State or Michigan State versus UConn. And that should be a fun one to watch. And so we'll find out more as to what happens tonight. But with that, chat, my name is Jason Joseph. All right, I'm going to sign off. We put in another long day today. And we are going to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow. We got the Phillies playing at 4:05. And then after that, we will be doing the 8:49 basketball game. And that'll be Purdue versus Arizona. Really looking forward to seeing who wins that game. And I will catch you all then. All right. I love you all. Lila Tove. I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Thank you again for being on here. Ray, thank you. I appreciate you. James, shout out to you. I appreciate you for being on here as well. And Lila Tove, everybody. Good night.